Hey, what's up you guys? It's Bjorn from Triassic Park Triops again, and today we are going to take a look at the Triops Longicaudus gonochoric again. I'm going to feed them some bloodworms today as well, and well, let's start off with giving them some bloodworms. The Triops are pretty hungry actually. The tribes are actually eating from the plants, and they are really looking through the detritus that collected over here. But if you're looking at the video from like one or like several days ago, you will probably see that there was a lot more detritus in the detritus pit over here. But currently I think they actually ate quite a lot of stuff, and well, unfortunately, one of the tribes also died yesterday. This is the one that died, but it unfortunately got cannibalized as well. So it's like only the head shield right now. Well, that's basically a sign that the tribes are really hungry. The tribes did die due to a natural death, though. I found it like struggling with molting. This one just molted, so it's not like a condition that all of the tribes are suffering from, which was the case with the last colony, which was like a terrible problem that was going on, and which was a problem which I lost my colony to. So that was really unfortunate. But this time they are actually pretty pretty doing well, you know. But unfortunately, the one in the bag that got cannibalized didn't molt so well. This one is actually recovering from the mold currently. We are going to take a little closer look at the little traps over here and see how he's going to recover a bit. As you can see, the traps will basically shut down sometimes. This is not an issue, it's normal. Just give her a second. I think it's a female, not completely sure though. Oh, give me a second, guys. Where is she? Oh, I think it's a female, not completely sure though. Sorry, I need to zoom in a little bit. She's a little bit hard to catch with the camera. Oh, there she is. Focus on the legs. You will see some short shutdowns sometimes. Let's see. I think she's might be struggling a little bit, so that's something I shouldn't. Well, I need to keep an eye on this one. This is kind of strange behavior. It's kind of unusual. She's really working hard to get like to the surface. There's not that much current, but she really wants to be at the surface quite a lot. So, well, let's take a look at the other guys and girls. Let's take some bloodworms, guys and girls. And let's see how they will react. I don't think it will take very long for them to realize there are delicious bloodworms in this tank right now. Excuse me. Oh, that one's like, oh, I found a worm. I need to get out of here as soon as possible before the others find out. They're really fun creatures. Oh, I also wanted to point something out. If this really big male Triops will show up for, oh, there he is. This one is definitely a Triops Verylongicaudatus. It's like that tail on the thing is like insanely large, but it's really cool. It's definitely really cool. I don't know where he is. Give me a second, guys. I need to find him. I think if these tribes will grow up, they're gonna be like massive tribes. I think this is going to be like one of the larger tribe species, and I'm really interested in how they will look when they are grown up. They are maybe like 1 or 2 weeks old, like between 1 or 2 weeks. Some of the little lazy. Oh, there he is. Look at that. Look at those tails though. Like most of the males already have like these extremely long tails. Look at that. Damn. Much Longicaudatus. Much long tail. Damn. But it's definitely an interesting species. It's really something new. Like the Granarius was quite large and had a pretty long tail, but definitely this one really does honor the name Longicaudatus. Caudatus. Caudatus. I'm not completely sure, guys. I think it's Caudatus. Caudatus. I'm not sure. Never mind. Definitely, and it means long tail, basically. And well, like I said, this species definitely honors the name. Look at that tail. Give me a second, guys. I need to zoom in, but they are so agile and like really active. This one is eating right now. I need like to drop some food that they will actually sit still for several seconds, but this species is very long. That makes them very agile as well. So they are like really fast swimmers. They are well, really active during the day as well. Like sometimes with the Cancriformis species, like they are a little bit more peaceful, a little bit more quiet, and sometimes they are just sitting still, like as a group. But in this tank, there's like always activity. Just take a look. There's like always activity. There's at least one tribe swimming, moving. Like there's always something going on in a Triops tank, and that's basically what I really like about Triops tanks. It's always like an active ant colony. I really liked ant colonies, but I was never able to get them. My mom was afraid that I would drop it someday and that the house would be full of ants. Um, but basically, Triops are like extremely interesting creatures. So eventually, when I became older, I was able to get myself some aquariums, and when I found out about keeping Triops, I was like totally interested. So, oh, there is a male. Look at that size. Really agile little fellas. Damn. Like I told you, I thought, I'm not completely sure, but I kind of remember that I read somewhere that this species should be really agile because they have such long tails. There's a nice example. Two nice examples. Three nice examples. A lot of males though. Need to keep an eye on that. Oh, yeah, that also happens. Some occasional humping the moss balls. Back to the food pile. Excuse me. Well, there are also quite some size differences. As you can see, we got some bigger ones like this one, and compare that to a smaller one over here. Really tiny. So yeah, there are quite some size differences, and the biggest differences are between the genders. Like the females will be a little bit smaller and the males will grow a little bit faster. That's basically what I get from this setup again. And I've hatched like 4 or 5 gonochoric batches of eggs. Different species, the Cancriformis gonochoric and the Longicaudatus gonochoric. thing is, I always got like a lot of males, so that's something interesting. And unfortunately, I did forget to write down the numbers, like how many males and how many females, but that's basically because I actually transfer them before I sex them, but before I can find out what kind of sex they are. And the problem is that I'm actually, when they are like inside the tank, you can get like well, if you were going to look at this one's gender, when you move over to the other side of the tank, this one had moved and you don't know which one uh, you just took a took a look at. So basically it's never possible to see them all at once. Oh, sorry guys. There's the big one again, the long one. It's a really interesting species. Damn. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just a little bit quiet because this is, I don't know, this looks pretty awesome. I'm just going to be silent and appreciate the moment. I hope you guys do it as well. Well, like I told you guys, there's always so much things going on in the Triops tank. Um, well, that's about it about the Triops tank. I actually think I want to drop some extra bloodworms in first. But I want to tell you something else. I actually added some cherry shrimps from the 180 liters Triops sanctuary tank. Um, well, it didn't house any triops yet, but I'm going to start with that after I have been on vacation, and when I can get like when I can put some proper attention to the tank. Really necessary when I'm going to try up when I'm going to try out that setup with triops, because there are cherry shrimps in it and panda corridorus, otocinklus, and that's it. I think, oh, neon tetras as well. Quite a lot of neon tetras. How could I forget them? Um, um, yeah. So basically, I brought some cherry shrimps from the other tank. I didn't get the Sakura red cherry shrimps because I actually want the most red ones in the 180 liters. So I actually basically took like a mix of medium red and some low grades. Just for the 60-liter tank over here. It's darkened out right now. I'm not going to turn on the lights because that can kind of scare the animals inside, and I don't want to have that happen. Sometimes, well, when I was a beginner, I sometimes did this like middle of the night. I would just put the tank on to take a look at them if they were still okay. And at some point, you could see fish swimming into the glass, and I was like, oh, well, I shouldn't do this anymore. So I stopped doing that. Um, Luckily, these guys have like a later bedtime, so that's why I could film them right now. But most of them are actually eating the bloodworms right now while they are kind of panicking around to make sure that their neighbor is not going to get their bloodworm. Um, but still, it's kind of ironic because there is so much of them around here right now. But still, they want to escape, find a nice place, and eat it in a peaceful manner. Sometimes they also try to share, but it's well, it can kind of turn out into something aggressive sometimes. About like the dead tribes that I was talking about, it could cannibalize, and that's also something that will happen when the tank kind of runs out of food sources. If you don't have any plants, because some people will actually don't use plants. Well, I'm a big fan of plants because plants are like the most versatile that you can add to a Triops tank. For example, I got these Elodia. It's an oxygen plant, and in the back there is I'm not completely sure what it was called again. I thought it was cardamom or something, and it's a really fast growing plant. Basically, these plants are going to take out a lot of minerals out of the water, which makes the water a little bit more suitable and, a little bit more like rainwater. Like, I hope that it works this way. I'm not completely sure, guys, but um, these plants should eventually make the water like completely cleared out of minerals that are well suitable for their growth. So I thought that maybe that the water would have less minerals in it, and that would be a little bit better for the tribes because they are living in rainwater, which almost has like zero to none, or well, at least not that much mineral content in it. Um, Thing is, I really like the plants as well, and they also can be like a little food source when your tank runs out of food. For this example, the troughs died a natural way, but eventually, when the troughs has laid down on the substrate for like about, let's say, 2 or 3 hours, the troughs will actually uh, kind of qualify it as this is a food source now. So basically, that's what I call just some side info. That's what I call passive cannibalism. Basically, passive cannibalism, that is when a triops will die, another triops will find it later and will start to feed on it because it's like ready available nearby food source. And if the tank run out of food sources, that's like going to be a meaty meal, and in a cannibalistic manner, that's a good food source for them, so they will actually cannibalize on it. And that's basically passive cannibalism. So the tribes has died of a natural cause or something else, and just another tribes comes nearby, just passes nearby, and is like, hey, nice, that looks like food source. This one is actually trying to rip out a complete root out of a plant. Interesting. Oh, he gave up. Um, Excuse me, I kind of forgot what I was talking about. I'm sorry, guys. Well, the plants, basically, it's a really useful addition to your tank. I'm sorry, guys, I got distracted. I completely forgot what I was talking about. When I'm going to take a look at the video, when I'm going to upload it, I will probably find out what it was again. I'm sorry, guys. Never mind, though, we are going to continue because I'm kind of short on time. I've been filming for 70 minutes right now. I'm not completely sure if you guys are still there, but if you made it so far, I really appreciate it that you are taking time to listen to me a little bit. And I hope you really find it useful as well. That's basically why I'm trying to video this stuff, so you guys can learn it from it a little bit. And when you know a little more about the subject, you might feel a little bit more confident doing things like adding plants, adding moss balls, stones, detritus, sticks. Because I've seen a lot of setups online that kind of didn't get to the full potential. Maybe like you guys really have nice aquariums, but I only see like substrate, maybe like one plant, and maybe like a few rocks or no rocks at all, because people are like really focused, like, oh, they would need a lot of space to dig in. Basically, that's true, but I also like a little bit of decoration to make it a little bit more natural, like a little you can even kind of like go that far that you make like a whole paradise film. Like, it's possible if you want to put like some money into this. It's really fun to do so. I think they will really appreciate it. And also, like, the plants that I added also kind of provide some extra like living space to them, because if you go for like a bare bottom substrate, you only have that like as a sitting area, like that's the only surface they can sit on. But because this is quite a tall tank and it's not that wide, I actually thought like I need to add something like in the height so they can actually sit on something, so that will actually increase the amount of sitting surface for them. Basically, this is my magnet scraper, and I just kind of made it like a, like a little penthouse, a little balcony apartment for one tribe to chill on, next to the filter, where oxygen is rich. So that's quite a good spot to sit on, and they can actually see how hot their environment is if they know how these things work. Still, that's how I kind of want to increase some sitting surface. Like, tribes need to hang out a little bit, and if you got like a bare substrate, I think these guys will actually meet each other a little bit more, and there is way more interaction where also things could go wrong, but also nothing could happen. But still, adding decoration to the tank, I think it kind of adds a little bit more value to the tank as well. Like, you know, you got some extra oxygen from the plants. It's some using hiding places for your tribes when they just molted. If they need to kind of hide away for a little bit, it's possible. So that's basically what I wanted to tell you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed so far, feel free to subscribe to the channel and put your notifications on. You will get some updates from me in the near future again. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a nice day. See you next time.